Hi, this is Akash from Akash FX. I am a professional trader and a EA developer. I've been trading for the past 4 years and I use SMC techniques for trading. So yesterday on my live trade, I took 3 trades on the live stream and people wanted to know on what bias did I take those trades. So basically, we did not get much of a drawdown. It was a pure win and 3 wins in a row. So I'm gonna do a breakdown today. As you can see here, we have 3 wins. They were perfectly timed, and day before that we had a huge spike upwards on Ethereum, Bitcoin, gold, and many other instruments. So first let's get down to the 4 hours chart so we can get the bias. Like, why did I go for the long? So as you can see here, let me just remove the old ones. Okay, so in the 4 hours chart you can see clearly that we have an upward bias, and I'm just gonna point it out using the trend line. You can see the red line. Let me just make it green so you can see it clearer and a little brighter. Okay, so these other lines, the blue and the yellow running lines that you can see here, are from an indicator that I made for TradingView. Okay, so now you can see here that we have an upward bias. Now we are going to go to the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, what we can see is we have a little bit of a slope from this high. As you can see, that's the high the price took again day for yesterday on Friday. So we're gonna draw another trend line here. So this one we can connect around here. Okay, so I'm gonna make this one red because it's a downwards trend line. Now what you can see is that we have a slope on the 4 hours chart that says the price is gonna move up every time it bounces off this region, and we have a slope from here that marks the highest price movement on the 1 hour chart. So price came down here, and you can see it tried to break out, it came back in, found this order block, got supply from here, and it bounced right up. So what that tells us is that we had a break of trend line on the downtrend and price moved upwards. So it's a clear bias that we are going to go upwards. Now if you get down to the 15 minutes chart, you'll notice that we have quite a few drop downs after this huge upward spike. So in this, you can find that this is the lowest that price got, and it was a strong low, as you can see here. So this strong low, what does it mean? It means that whenever price tried to reach here, it bounced up, as you can see, rejected with this big pin bar sort of a candle, and then it went up, came down, and it went up. So this is what was happening. So as you can see, we have marked up a region here in this blue box where you can find some supply for buyers waiting there to push the price up again. So that's the region that we were considering for our first trade. And on my live stream, I already had informed that we are going to look around 4690 to 4700. That's the entry region. And you can see that price came up here. It came up to 91. So we entered around 95, somewhere around here. Our risk to reward ratio was 2. Obviously, we are always going to target 2 times that of the stop loss. So where am I going to put the stop loss? I'm going to put the stop loss right here at the strong low, the recent low, wherever we were able to detect. So as you can see, the supply zone was pretty huge. So I'm going to put it just a little bit below that. I put it right here. We took the trade from here, and as you can see, risk to reward ratio is 2. So I marked up my target take profit right here. It took us a little bit time. We started this trade around 5:30 in the evening on Saturday, and we took profit at 9:15. So that was a good win. Then as you can see, this trend line, this is the 15 minutes trend line. I had drawn this up before only, so like nothing to say about that. 15 minutes trend line. Okay, so this was on the live stream as well. I drew it live in front of everyone, and as you can see, it got rejected here, came back down here. It created a new support region right here, this blue box, and it's a strong support here because we have seen that price is moving upwards and it's a upward trend on the 4-hour time frame. So it was a clear bias that we are going to look for upwards again. But before we could enter anywhere, I mean, you could enter right here when the breakout was just about to happen, but it's not the safest place to enter. You're going to look for a pullback so that you can target for the upwards time. Now, what will be the target? As you can see clearly, we have this box, and I did not want to risk too much. It was pretty late as well. So what we did was we waited for the pullback. Once the trend line was broken, it was going straight up, trend line was broken there. So as you can see here that we had a change of character after this downfall, which made the price go up now. And then we had a break of structure that confirmed that the upwards movement was sure to happen. Now, once we had a drawdown here, we identified that the price was going to touch this supply zone and then again bounce up. But we were not sure about that because it has just broken the trend line. It might never reach here. We entered right here around 47.40. Around that is where we entered. And our stop loss was right on the top of this supply zone. Why? Because we didn't want to risk too much. And as always, profit was obviously going to be adjusted accordingly to that, which was around 47.80. So it was an easy win. Price came back here, then it started pushing upwards, and this one candle we got our win. It was a straight cut win. There was no hesitation here. And then what we realized was this was Ethereum, so the trend can continue for a longer time. So we waited for some time and the price went up quite a bit. So we could have gone for 4 RR here, but obviously we didn't want to risk that much and we didn't want to hold on. And it was pretty early in the morning. It was 5:45 on a Sunday morning. And then after that, as you can see that we have a resistance line right up here, the resistance box, and price was supposed to hit this and come down. Well, it did not. It came down pretty early. So we wanted to enter again, and what we saw this rejection, the spin bar kind of a candle here. Again, this is on a 15 minutes chart. So on 15 minutes, that the price is going to be responsive, right? You can judge by the candles, unlike on the M1 or M5 time frames. So we saw this mark where it rejected. We placed an order right here around 47.60. That's where we placed our order. And since we detected this supply zone, a small supply zone here, which price was definitely not coming back to, so we just put our stop loss right here. We could have put it here around this place just to be safe, but then I thought, if it's gonna break here, it's gonna go down probably up to here, so it's not worth it. It's not worth risking that much money. So I decided to keep it right here, because if you're gonna get a move up like this, then I think we could just take the profit. And that's exactly what happened. Price came back down here, it made one small pin bar sort of, it touched our entry zone and closed right up. And after that, as you can see, it was the same risk to reward ratio of 2, and we closed right here. So that's the clear reason behind these trades, and it was a pretty easy and pretty definitive win. Like, we were sure about this right from the start. It was a buy trend, just had a consolidation period right here. Once we identified that the order blocks were sitting right here, we could pinpoint our entry. So once the price was here and it created this wick, as you can see, that's where we started our uptrend. Once we took that, we didn't want to risk much, because as you can see, we took about $60 of profit on here, like $60 on a dollar. And then once it broke the trend line, I wanted to target around here, but obviously I couldn't target around here because it was not safe to assume that price will return back here. So that was the strategy that we had, and I think we did pretty good. There was not much to it. And also you can see on the top that we had a sell signal, but it started wicking out. So even if you join in the sell signal, that you should have waited for a rejection candle or some sort of a better position to sell. Like if you would have sold right after that like red candle, the red pin bar, the one we entered, so you could have taken the sell target as well. It was not a big deal, it was very easy. So that's how you are going to follow the live streams along with these signals. If you get a signal for a red or a green, so you're going to wait for price to come back to that region, a little bit of a pullback, and after that pullback you're going to enter with the same risk to reward ratio, and the stop loss will be at the next supply or demand zone, the support resistance, whichever is comfortable, whichever is closer, and the target will be 2x of whatever the stop loss is. So yeah, pretty much that was it, and I hope to see you in my next live stream, in my next video. And if you liked this video and if you learned anything from this video, I hope you will go and like this video, comment whatever you thought, and also subscribe to my channel so I could get motivation to create more such videos, and I'll try to educate you guys more. Also, I have recently created this expert advisor for MetaTrader 5, that's White Gold Pro, and we are doing a live stream every week on our channel, showcasing the live trades that the EA is taking, and also we have made about 30% profit in the last 10 days. So I think it's going pretty good. So I guess that's all. See you in the next video. Bye.